We are 2 weeks away from the NHL draft. That's going to be held on October 6th and 7th. And we all know it's going to be a virtual draft. I mean, with all the things that are going on outside, it won't surprise many of us. But anyways, I think most of us know by now and understand that this year's draft for our Ducks will be basically focusing more on offense and on the needs on positions that the Ducks are weak in the long run. I mean, most of the time we have seen our team on the decline, and most of the time our team needs that spark that needs to, how would I put this way, light that offensive hunger inside them. Excuse me. That offensive hunger is what really, really needs to drive them forward if they are to win another Stanley Cup. Now, as many of you know, our Ducks have this tendency to rely heavily on Gibson and on their defense most of the time. I mean, hey, they can only do so much. Gibson can only do so much. But then again, it's a bad habit that our Ducks need to basically not be too heavily dependent on. If you score, 3 goals, and there's a 50-50 chance you can win, you can lose. I mean, how many times have we seen the Ducks have a 3-0 lead or a 1-0 lead, and they end up losing in a very frustrating manner? I mean, which is why this year's draft is so important, because number one, it's deep. Number two, whoever the Ducks pick must help, not right away, but must help in improving the offense, especially the goals. If you look at the stats our team has been through, especially in the past 2 seasons, this season and the season before, it's very telling. It's very problematic, not to mention very concerning in a way. I mean, in the 2018-2019 season, our Ducks have scored 199 goals for. Goals for, man, that's 199. That's less than 200 goals. And they were dead last, basically 31st place in the entire league in goals. Basically, the Ducks haven't scored so many goals, and they haven't scored goals, and they always rely on Gibson and to bail them out. I mean, how many times, to the point that he is like so mentally drained, it's not even funny. I mean, he's no John Sebastian Giguère, but then again, Giguère had to deal with the same thing, as did Guilbert and other of the Ducks goalies, predecessors, in the past 28 years. In the shortened cutoff season due to the pandemic, our Ducks in the 2019-2020 season had scored 187 goals, but they were at 26th place. Now, those 2 seasons, including this one, are not good. They are not good. That is problematic for our team and for us all. Because we know our team. We know the Ducks have the talent and the potential to have players to score a lot of goals, and not to mention get that consistency, get that consistent effort into really going for the kill, really scoring as many goals as they can. They have done that before, years ago. For example, the 9-1 smashing of Vancouver Canucks many seasons ago. That's one of them. So another issue is the Ducks power play. And the 2018 and 2019 season, the power play percentage was 17.0. It was ranked 24th. I mean, that's not good in my book. And that's basically unacceptable for all of us, especially for many of us who has followed this team since day one. You know what I'm talking about. I'm especially talking to you guys in Orange County, California, who have followed this Ducks since day one. 24th place in the rankings in power play percentage. This season, the Ducks have fallen down to 30th place of the 31 NHL teams in power play percentage, scoring at least 14.7% in the 2019-2020 season. Now, why am I telling you this? It's because of the fact that our Ducks, if they are to win the Stanley Cup, if they are to achieve greatness, they must improve in these some categories that I've listed down right beside me. And it's basically right here. So, in doing so, the Ducks need to find and get offensive players that could fit into the team and that can help in the long run. I mean, 13 years ago, the Ducks' goals for was 254. That's 9th place in scoring, in team scoring in the entire NHL. The Ducks' power play percentage was 22.4, ranked 3rd, compared to, say, the 26th, or not 26th, to the 30th place our team has in power play percentage. Now, to win games, to win the hockey's greatest prize, you must be in the top 10. You must have an effective goal-scoring offensive strategy, which the Ducks had 13 years ago, and a power play strategy, which they had that same year in 2006 and 2007, when they won the Stanley Cup. Which leads us to the mock draft. And going through a lot of players, seeing some highlights. I didn't see most, but I read some stats and hopefully get a feel of what I believe is the perfect candidates for the Ducks to choose in this year's draft in 2 weeks. So here goes something. At the 6th overall, our Ducks will be choosing for the first time, and it'll be a historic first, Austrian-born center Marco Rossi from the Ottawa 67s. Now, Rossi is a center. He has scored, his upside is that, what really impressed me is that he scored 120 goals. He was able to have 120 points this season. Before, the season prior, he had 65 points. Now, scouting reports have said that he is a highly skilled offensive player, excellent skater, that plays at a high pace and high-end goal scoring and playmaking ability. Works hard in all 3 zones and plays a very determined, aggressive game. Oh, by the way, I have the computer right beside my recording device, so don't think I'm trying to be a little crazy, okay? So, a huge asset on both special teams, basically the power play and the penalty killing. Also, game-breaking ability. Now, his current player comparability is Brad Marchand, so he's. The reason being is that Rossi is 5'9", and looking at some of the highlights, he seems to have a good nose to the net. Very, very dedicated, very focused on getting the job done. That is the player that could fit well into our Ducks if they decide to draft him. That's the player I would like to see. But it would all have to depend on how the first 5 selections pan out. I mean, Rossi could go in the 5th selection or the 4th, but as what we Ducks fans have to do, what hockey fans have to do, is we gotta wait and see, because who knows? I mean, Drysdale would be my second choice if Rossi is being taken, because hey, the Ducks need a right-hand defenseman, and to me, Marco Rossi would be a great choice for the Ducks at this moment, at this time of need, to ensure that the center position is stable and strong. Because Ryan Getzlaf is 35 years old, and he is on the last year of his contract. So, Adam Henrique is in his 30s, so he's approaching that prime years where he needs to contribute a lot more. Then you have Trevor Zegras, and if they add up Marco Rossi, then you have a strong center depth core that will be beneficial in the long term, in the future. So, with that out of the way, the 27th pick, the Ducks will select. I have the Ducks select, excuse me for a minute, Helgen Grans. Helgen Grans from Sweden. And you know our Ducks GM Bob Murray loves Swedish players. I mean, he intends on to have his Lindholm and a Ricardo Kell. Scouting report has him as a big, strong, offensive-minded, two-way defenseman, a smart playmaker, a passer, and an honest competitor who plays with confidence and improved a lot during the 2019-2020 season. Now, this player, I believe he could help with the power play in a few years from now. With the right coaching and the right development and the right seasoning, he could do that in a few years. So, Helgen Grans at 27 overall. Hey, he should be. He is my choice for if the Ducks decide to select him. And at 36 overall, and that's round 2, the Ducks will select from the North Bay Battalion right wing Brandon Cole. Brandon Cole is 6'4", hails from Toronto. His scouting report puts him as a powerful skater that can pick up a head of steam and fly. Heads up, a game advanced the puck, and passes like a pro. Good playmaking ability and vision to find open teammates for scoring chances. Process plays, quick, hard shot. Basically, he has a great nose for the net. And if the Ducks select him, hey, watch out. You're gonna strengthen the right wing a bit more. And with that, it could, because it could help. Because if you got Brandon Cole, then you got on the right wing side, you got Troy Terry, and a few others I forget. Sorry about that. We could see the Ducks within like 3 years be a very dangerous, balanced team offensively. And last other picks, I filled them out in my mock draft. On the 67th, third round, the Ducks select right-hand defenseman Kasper Poyoti from Everett Silvertips. At the 104th overall, an American Finnish forward, Jonas Udan, right wing. 129th overall from the Oshawa Generals, Tyler Tuoli, right wing. And 160th overall in the 6th and final round, Rhett Reinhardt, right-hand defenseman. Now, these players I put in the mock draft. I personally feel they could fit into the Ducks system in a few years. Will they make the Ducks better? Will they help them improve on a few things? Yes, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time for our team and for many of us fans, especially Ducks fans, including myself, to have patience. And trust me when I say this. Our patience can be tested a lot, due in large part to the Ducks having this developed within strategy and having their MO, developing young players into effective regulars for the Anaheim Ducks and becoming quality NHL players. I can name a lot, and most of you know who I'm talking about. So, for the Ducks, the whole theme of this, okay, if you exclude best player available, is one thing, and one thing only, and that's offense. Offense and needs on the right wing and the right-hand defenseman. Because when you have these players that I have on this sheet, the key is to focus on offense. Because if our Ducks can improve on the goals for, basically offensive goals, and the power play percentage, we could see the team turn it around. So, all in all we can do is hope for the best and hope the Ducks make the right decision. Now that will be our test. And that will test our patience. Simple as that. Till then, I'll see you guys around.